Good morning. It is 6:24 a.m. on Wednesday, June 12th, 2019. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So, feeling better. Obviously, it's still early in the morning, so there's a little bit of that slow brain not function total yet. But, better certainly than the last couple of days. I am in the mood today to celebrate little victories, and sometimes it doesn't have to be big things. It can just be like, oh, the person who I thought wasn't going to be able to make the D&D session actually can, yay! Like one of the things that was there, a couple of them were, I don't know if they're victories so much as they're reliefs. One is that I finally sorted out my whole 401k thing where my company got bought by another company and then they have a different 401k. Blah, blah, blah. And they're all separated. And really, it was all just a matter of I needed to roll over the old one into the new one, which in theory is not supposed to be a thing that's actually hard. It's supposed to be a very ordinary transaction. But I had never had to do it before, and I was in a position where, at least without calling anybody out, some of the advice I was given on it turned out to be incorrect. So that's annoying. But it all worked, and it's officially all back into one thing, and it's, ta-da! I have accomplished adulting! And in fact, I would actually probably argue that negotiating retirement funds is advanced adulting. And then, of course, you may or may not recall this. I'm sure I've talked about it in the past, but it's been an ongoing long-term thing, is that the air conditioner in my car is... so it would go in and out, and basically the problem was actually not the cooling part. The problem was what's called the blend door, which is literally just a little panel that goes whoop, whoop, to say cold air through the vents, hot air through the vents, cold air, hot air. And that's really all it does, but it would get stuck. So even though theoretically the air conditioner could work, it would only blow just hot air through the vents. Fine during the winter, not as fine during the summer. And the reason that I had let this go for so long instead of just fixing it is because it apparently just takes a lot of labor. They have to disassemble the whole dashboard and everything. And so there have been 2 separate occasions where I literally took it to a shop and asked them if they would do it, and they said they didn't want to. And it's like, okay. So that was frustrating, but it was something I was just kind of dealing with, largely out of the fact that there's a piece of me that, like, in principle feels like, well, it's not that big a deal, I guess. And it's just the laziness aspect. And the victory in this case is not that I got over the laziness or that I convinced the shop to change their mind. It's that it just kind of fixed itself. That has actually happened before. This has been an off and on problem. But at least right now, the problem appears to be off. And so let's hope that it stays that way. So I'm happy about that at the moment, for sure. And, I'm just kind of plugging along, doing my thing. I'm glad to be getting back into a new routine, back into an office routine. And it allows me a better separation of work and leisure time, for sure, which is useful. So yeah, just kind of plugging along. Tonight we're going to be playing more Dungeons and Dragons. We're getting into some big epic end game stuff. It's very exciting, and that's not to say that we're going to be, this is not the last couple of sessions or anything. I'm not sure how many more episodes it'll actually go, but we're certainly dealing with the ultimate conflict of the campaign, for sure. In any event, I'll go ahead and leave it here, but I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes. I hope you have little victories today, too.